Hello, my name is Aiden Webb, and today I'll be talking about the Indus River dolphin, or the Platanista jangetica minor. An overview of the presentation: we're going to start with background information about the dolphin, then get into threats that face the dolphin, and then conservation and protection efforts being made to save the dolphins. Background about the Indus River dolphin: it is endemic to the Indus River in Pakistan. They can grow up to 8.2 feet long and weigh up to 245 pounds. They're functionally blind and rely on echolocation to find their way around the river and to find food. They're endangered, and there's only about 1,800 of them remaining in the wild. They can live up to 30 years, and they can have one calf per year, and they nurse the calf for 1 year after that, so their birth rate is relatively low, which isn't helping their population levels. The Indus River dolphins suffer from habitat degradation. The flow is decreased in the river due to the Indus Basin Irrigation System, or IBIS, which is a large system used to take water from the river for agriculture. This also segments the river because there's 19 dams in the IBIS throughout the river, so populations become separate from one another, and if the population's not large enough, the dolphins in that area will die if they're not relocated. Indus River dolphins also suffer from entanglement because there's a high dependency on fishing in most of the areas around the river, which means there's a lot of gill nets in the water, and gill nets don't selectively catch certain species. They'll catch anything that can't fit through each individual slit, so dolphins can easily get entangled in those, especially because they can't see well. They are also sometimes caught in cast nets when fishermen are targeting schools of fish, but there's a more likely chance they'll survive that because the fishermen are actively using the cast nets and would untangle the dolphin when they catch it. Chemical contamination and waste disposal is also a major problem in the Indus River. There's a lot of wastewater or raw sewage that is put directly into the river with no treatment. There's agricultural runoff that includes pesticides, nitrogen, and phosphorus. This can lead to algal blooms and eutrophication. There's also industrial pollutants from cities, which includes a lot of heavy metals, which can affect immune, neurological, and reproductive systems in all species in the river. And it's especially bad in dolphins because it bioaccumulates. So the more fish they eat, the more of these pollutants they'll have. There's also just a lot of trash in the river because there's no real waste disposal system, and a lot of the trash ends up in the river, so it could accidentally be eaten or put other chemicals in the water. There's also a wide variety of view on the dolphins. Many people have a high respect for them and want to save them, and some dolphins even form bonds with fishermen and help them catch fish in exchange that the fishermen give them some of their catch, while other fishermen view them as competition to their fishing, and this can lead to illegal hunting of the dolphins. Conservation and protection: the Worldwide Wildlife Fund and the Sindh Agricultural Extension Department are working to improve agricultural practices by taking less water and using more water efficient crops. They're also trying to educate farmers using farmer field schools about the importance of the dolphins and how to use better agricultural practices. These organizations have rescued 80 dolphins from irrigation canals since the year 2000. The dolphins have been protected under the Endangered Species Act since 1991. They're also thinking of using them as more of an ecotourism attraction rather than hunting them illegally. This is another way that they could make money to help boost the economy and protect the dolphins. And because of these conservation efforts, populations actually increased in the years 2001 to 2016 from approximately 1,200 to around 2,000. In conclusion, the Indus River dolphins face a variety of threats. One of the best ways to help them is to educate people around them and change in agricultural practices to prevent pollutants from getting into the river. and this will help continue on the path of recovery for the dolphins. Here are my works cited. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me.